Hello and welcome. Sandy Lee here, bringing you the bushflower essences. And today we have Dog Rose of the Wild Forces. So I'm going to start off by reading from Ian White's beautiful, amazing, full of wisdom book, Bushflower Healing. And we will go to Dog Rose of the Wild Forces. He tells a very interesting story of how when he sourced this beautiful essence, that the flowers were literally shaking as he was getting towards them. They were shaking in fear. They're usually found around water, and as the river was flowing underneath it, gushing underneath these beautiful flowers, they were shaking, which gives a bit of insight to what Dog Rose of the Wild Forces is for. So he starts all of his remedies with a verse that comes from various sources. And this one is, "You cannot always control what goes on outside, but you can always control what goes on in the inside." And that's by Wayne Dyer in Everyday Wisdom. And if it feels like you cannot control those huge emotions of what's going on within inside, then there's Dog Rose of the Wild Forces. And that is for, he's got a list, there's much about it. He tells the whole story of how he found it and different case studies of how it's been used so effectively. And it's for fear of loss of control and physical pain with no apparent cause. And the positive outcome is emotional balance, calmness, and sanity in times of turmoil. So if we look at that fear of loss of control and how we can apply Dog Rose of the Wild Forces, so that is a feeling when those emotions just get so big and we just don't feel like we can contain them, and we might do something, react very strongly that might even bring harm to ourselves or harm to another. That's when this remedy, Dog Rose of the Wild Forces, can come in very powerfully and help to control and balance those emotions within, give us reprieve so that we don't lose it, so to speak, so the pot doesn't boil over, so the steam of the pressure cooker just doesn't shoot off the lid of our containment. And I think we've all heard that seeing red scenario whereby we just almost get blanked out by this red fear or this red angst or this explosive emotion, and then we feel out of control. And this remedy is the one that helps to bring those emotions, tame those emotions back in so they can be contained, not suppressed, but contained so that they can gently diffuse rather than just become one big ball of explosive material. And we have here physical pain with no apparent cause. So Ian talks about past life trauma that can be associated with those pains, the mysterious pains that can't be pinpointed or that there's no explanation for, even after testing and various things that, or sources, resources that we've tried to access to find out and pinpoint what's going on. So that can be a connection to a trauma that comes from the past. And he says here, emotional balance, calmness, and sanity. So when we're in that turmoil, Dog Rose of the Wild Forces helps to stabilize the emotions, stabilize us enough to be able to ride that wave of emotional pain. That's what it is, emotional pain that can no longer contain within ourselves. Our vessel becomes too small for the size of the emotions that we perhaps have been experiencing and containing and suppressing. And hence the reason why it's very important to have the emotional expression released little bit by little bit, because that is releasing the pressure cooker, as I use as an analogy quite often, releasing it slowly but surely so that we can talk and express, write the journal so that we're being able to process emotions rather than becoming in the eye of the storm of our emotions. And when we do, or if we do come into that eye of the storm of the emotions where we feel like we're going to lose control, then this is the remedy. Dog Rose of the Wild Forces. And it can feel very wild when those emotions just will not be contained any longer. This is the remedy. And so on that note, thank you for being here today and sharing this moment in time. And thank you, Ian White, for the wisdom that you bring us and the healing that you bring us with these divine essences. May you walk with grace and ease. Much love. Thank you.